Welcome to Social Emotional Learning, Essential to Student Success. Section 3, Regulating Self-Talk. The next essential component of self-awareness we are going to explore is regulating self-talk. Based on your self-awareness summary, notice whether regulating self-talk is a strength for you or needs more attention. Self-talk has a huge impact on our self-confidence and self-efficacy, and so it is essential that students understand how vital self-talk is. Let's define and describe what we mean by self-talk. Please locate page 50, Regulating Self-Talk, and read the information and then highlight relevant points. What points stood out to you? Self-talk can be an ongoing narrative in our minds. It comments on what's happening, what we do, and how we feel. It also analyzes what others say, what they do, and how they act. It can be positive or negative and becomes an automatic loop in our mind. Our mind has 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day. Amazing. That self-talk becomes out loud talk. Obviously, self-talk has a huge influence on our self-confidence and self-efficacy. The power of self-talk is evident in the quote on the bottom of the page. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. So now that we know how impactful self-talk can be to our students, let's explore this topic further. Please locate page 51, Negative Self-Talk. Read the information about the types of negative self-talk along with the corresponding quotes. As you read, highlight important points and think about whether or not this describes your own self-talk or the self-talk of someone you know because of their out loud talk. Reflect on if you are prone to this type of negative self-talk or think about specific examples of someone you know who exhibits this type of self-talk because of their out loud talk. Reflect on the quote. What insights emerged as you shared examples of negative self-talk? Were you able to identify several students who make out loud statements that support each one of these? Do you have a child or student who is always second-guessing herself? Does her out loud talk give you some insight into her self-talk? Do you know someone who always blames others and never takes responsibility for his or her behaviors? Do you tend to worry a lot, rehash experiences in your head, and worry about the future? What did you relate to when it came to the quotes? Did you think the double quote was powerful? Self-confidence is all about eliminating or pushing through your doubts. Did you think the victim quote got right to the heart of the issue? Victims never seem to see the behaviors that contributed to the reactions of others. Was the quote about living in the present powerful? Did it make you realize what a limited time your mind spends in the present? Remember, it is essential that our students understand the harmful impact of negative self-talk and out loud talk and work to change the channel from negative into positive. Next, let's take a look at self-talk strategy you can teach your students when it comes to regulating self-talk. Please locate page 52, The Dark Wolf and the Light Wolf. There is a well-known image in our culture of an angel and a devil on either shoulder who whisper in each ear and influence our thoughts, words, and actions. As the quote on page 50 reminds us, our thoughts drive our words drive our actions, and our actions become our experiences and foster character. We must teach our students that they need to be self-aware and ever vigilant in monitoring the mind. For our students, using animals is a way to make this self-awareness concept more real. We want our students to understand the dark wolf and the light wolf and the impact of each. The dark wolf influences our limitations. The light wolf fosters self-confidence and self-efficacy. Follow along as I read the Cherokee lesson on this page. An old Cherokee told his grandson, "My son, there is a battle between two wolves inside us all. One is the dark wolf. It is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, victimization, guilt, resentment, inferiority, dishonesty, and ego. The other is the light wolf. It is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, gratitude, truth, compassion, and faith." The boy thought about it and then asked, "Grandfather, which wolf wins?" The old man quietly replied, "The one you feed." This Cherokee lesson drives home the battle everyone has with self-talk. Next, you will work as a group to discuss the dark wolf and the light wolf. Please go to Canvas, Modules, Section 3, Dark Wolf, Light Wolf Self-Talk Discussion Area. Please locate page 53, the Dark Wolf and the Light Wolf Self-Talk. You will work in small groups in a breakout room and create a T-chart, which we will recreate in the discussion area. On the left side of the T-chart, identify the negative self-talk words or limiting behaviors that feed the dark wolf. On the right side of the T-chart, identify the positive self-talk words or empowered behaviors that feed the light wolf and counteract the dark wolf. In your group's editable Google Doc, make a comprehensive list of your group's statements. Each group should take a moment to review the T-chart of the other groups. Please take note of the sample responses for the T-chart. How do these compare or contrast to what you came up with in your groups? How can you use this idea or other self-talk ideas with your students? Do you think using the wolves makes it clearer to students? As you hear students say dark wolf statements out loud, can you draw their attention to it and ask for a light wolf statement? Can you give your students cards with negative self-talk on them and ask them to work with partners to change them into positive self-talk? You can call them turnaround statements if you want. Could you tell your students to change the channel and turn to a different station in their mind? Remember, a huge part of self-awareness is being aware of our self-talk. Self-talk is something we must monitor throughout our lives. A lot of research has focused on the concept of our brains being hardwired for negativity as a survival mechanism. This negativity bias, as it is called, drives home the importance of vigilance in monitoring our self-talk. Regulating self-talk is essential to strong self-confidence and self-efficacy. This concludes Section 3, Regulating Self-Talk. Please continue to Module Section 3, Self-Awareness, Accurate Self-Perception.